I want to thank today's video sponsor, Skillshare.com. I've yet to meet somebody who knows everything, but if you want to be that first person to do so, check out Skillshare.com. They have thousands of online classes for you to learn stuff that you're interested in, stuff that you can make money at, a wide array of different subjects. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes in design, business, technology, and more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes on must-know topics, so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. A class that I found very rewarding was MailChimp. We used MailChimp over at Gotham Dream Cars for advertising to our customer base, and there was a lot of trial and error involved. The MailChimp class on Skillshare was definitely beneficial, and there's a lot of good information in there for you. Since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 500 people to click the link in the description will get their first 2 months of premium membership for free on me, and it's actually super affordable because if you do it by the year, it's less than $10 a month for unlimited online classes. So be sure to check out Skillshare.com. There's a link in the description. First 500 people on me, 2 months. Enjoy. All right, so where we left off yesterday, Jim left and I was sanding the truck. Now, obviously we got some places that are, I gotta wipe it off, but we sanded it to the point where I could paint at least one section. I did it as a test. Just ignore that white stuff. What I ended up doing was sanded this area here. Took me probably about 20 minutes just to get it to the point where I was ready and it was smooth. Then I sprayed it with a red Rust-Oleum primer and gave that 30 or 40 minutes to dry. Then I took the white Rust-Oleum spray and went over that, and I realized pretty quickly that wasn't working. So now I got some roll-on stuff. Just same thing, Rust-Oleum primer, but roll-on, so it'll, like, this looks like shit, objectively. And we'll get that sorted. But I've got this random orbital sander, which sort of shimmies around, right? It doesn't give you the spinny thing. So I got a wire wheel as well, so I'm going to try the wire wheel off of a drill bit. And I've got the best thing that I had was the drill bit, which is just constant rotation, is the best at taking it down to bare metal. And I now got a belt sander as well to do more large areas. So hopefully that will be able to do it better. There's different grit sandpapers. I'm down to a 40 grit. I got mostly 80 grit 120. So it's like to get rid of the coarse stuff. And then to finish it with the 120, now I'm going to go down to a 40 at first, to go up to the stage my way through. But my goal is to get this, at least this side, done. So we can send it out, and half the truck looks good. So only half the people are like, wow, the truck looks like shit. Now, the other problem that we had, and the biggest problem, was the air conditioning didn't work. So I went on car-parts.com, your source for local parts, same day, whenever you need them. Mystery gum. And I got a new head unit, and they said the AC, HVAC control unit here. And he said, the buttons are worn, but it works. So, all right, cool. I gave him 60 bucks. Wouldn't negotiate even though the buttons were worn. Next thing you know, doesn't work. So, then went to AutoZone, AutoZone. Maybe something like that, Advanced Auto Parts, something like that. This is the blender unit, because it blows ice cold here and here. And on the driver's side, it blows hair dryer. Not good. So I thought it may have been that unit. It's probably going to be this. Problem is, this guy, not a mechanic. So I took these couple of bolts down, no problem. But if you look under here, I'll point it out with this flashlight. Here is the unit that has to come off, which means this bolt is a little bit of a pain in the ass, so we may just rip that off altogether. And there's 3 bolts that hold this in. Accessible. No, the other way. There you go. Accessible, accessible, less accessible. But we'll work on that. And that's why I brought it over to James, because I tried that yesterday, and frankly, it wasn't happening. So I'll worry about the easier stuff, like this, And hopefully I have this looking a little bit more representable. I only got 2 gallons of paint because although this looks pretty big, it's really not. And like if you ever wanted to know what this bed could look like if it was actually painted, they painted the backside of this before they mounted up, and it looks much better, obviously. This is what the truck should look like. Instead, we get the rust. You know, we'll get it. Stand by. You'll see some more in a second. So what I learned in this trial and error of teaching you how to sand rust off your car hauler that you haven't developed yet, this little $6 stick-on disc was the best because, as you see, I'm not even using the center, but I was able to bend it to apply pressure, and it was the best at removing any sort of surface rust on the truck. Then I was there today to get this to do the bulk and like this big, larger surfaces. I think it's the rotational, the random orbital sander sort of shuffles it around and everything and shakes stuff loose, but it's not really killing the game, and it's gonna take me forever. The rotational allows you to like bend it and apply pressure and really start taking the rust off. So I got this for $6 and it seems to be doing the trick. Still working on the technique, but that's nice. If they make bigger versions of that, I'll be able to clean this up. You saw that, we covered that. Let's get this thing cracking and see what the magic is. You know what I've learned about all of this? I'd so much rather pay somebody else to do it. Blew my nose this morning, like rust. Like my nose was filled with rust from yesterday. And maybe a little bit of that spray primer. But this is why my time is better served making money so I can pay people to do it. It was just impossible to find somebody who, everybody that agreed to do it, every single one of them, not without fail, every single one of them bailed. Let's read the instructions. Just kidding, I'm a man. Plug it in, pull trigger, right? Do I need to read that in French, Spanish, and English? No. All right, this also seems to be doing some nice work. I think we're on to something here. I think it's the combination of all tools. So what did we learn? I buy a lot of shit that I don't really need. That's what we learned. Fast forward another minute. Let's hit this with a little bit of paint. If you don't have a paint stirrer handy, you can get a throwing knife. I want to get full coverage on this. Truck's gonna look nice in a minute. I may not even take the rust off. Just paint over it. Deal with it another time. The paint that I tried yesterday, not progress. Like, and this isn't even good, but...
Oh no, dude, this is 100 times better.
100 times better, yes, I agree.
Mighty fine, Rob.
You talking about my ass or the paint? I think this car would look much better in white.
I don't disagree with that.
Just this part right here. All right, so this side is done for the most part. Like a little touch up here or there, but remember, this was not designed to be permanent. This was designed to look less like shit, which it does look less like shit now. Did one coat, not two. And I barely used any paint, honestly. Now, most paint people will be like, what'd you do? You left the thing? Yes, I did. Like, I did all the... Did all the bad paint things. And if you look at it from the right angle, down here, maybe, let's see. Yep, down here, so you don't see the rust on the top. Progress, real progress. So if you see this thing on the road, Instagram it, send me a what's up, tag me, whatever, and we'll have this thing at least sandblast the bed, because the bed, as I said, it's got those little rust spots, so it's a little bit more difficult to get into, and I don't feel like wire wheeling the entire thing. But we'll have this whole truck painted, looking nice, and fully operational, and I'm excited. Then I can go, maybe go down and pick up my Corvette in Texas. Maybe it'll be done by then. Thank you for watching. See you next time.